Again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and today we are building in Strangerville and we're building a New Orleans inspired family home. And the reason that I've decided to do a New Orleans inspired home is because I feel like a lot of the items that have come with the Sims 4 Paranormal stuff pack fit quite perfectly with this style, and it is a style of house that I've been wanting to build for quite a while now, and I haven't really had an excuse. Well, I could have built it any time, but as I said, the fact that the new stuff pack came out and the items just reminded me of, as I said, a New Orleans sort of style. I thought this would be quite cool to do, really, and I decided to build in Strangerville just for a bit of change of scenery. I tend to build on the same lot in the same worlds, and I think it becomes a bit samey, and I often feel like sometimes my builds aren't different enough from the last one, and so I thought I'd branch out a bit and build in Strangerville today. So this is what we're doing. So currently we are working on the exterior of the build, and don't worry, I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking now, because it's all I'm looking at, that the second floor of the house is currently shorter than the bottom floor. Now at this point I didn't even realise that that was the case, but I do fix it, so don't panic, and I think I'll fix it off camera because I do a little bit of tweaking here and there that I didn't felt necessary to really put in the speed build, and so I did a little bit of tweaking off camera, and to cut a long story short, I fixed it. Now I did work from a reference image for this build, of course, because I always work from a reference image on Pinterest, and at this point, I think my Pinterest is just basically sort of concoctions of different styles of houses, and I'm losing my voice. Sorry, excuse me. Different styles of houses that I am inspired by and that I want to build. And this one's actually been sat on there for quite some time, as I said earlier. Not that much earlier, you know, let's be honest, it was probably less than a minute ago. But it's been sat on there for quite some time, and I came across it the other day and I was like, yes, now's the time. Now that we have this new pack, I think basically I don't know, I kind of love this house. I think the exterior is, in my opinion, nicer than the interior in a way, just because I think it took me a little while to sort of get used to the design of the inside, you know, with obviously I wanted to keep the New Orleans style running throughout, so the exterior, the interior, everything about it, I just wanted it to scream New Orleans. Now I don't know if I pulled this off. Obviously if you live in that area, please tell me, because obviously I'm being from the UK, I have never, what on earth? I've just seen a reference image pop up, obviously from Pinterest, so if you saw that, just ignore it. I don't know why that came up, that's so weird. Basically, I'm using a new recording software now, and I think it's called NVIDIA Shadowplay, because it records in 60 FPS, which some of my earlier builds weren't recording in 60 FPS, I think they were recording in 50. And so I feel like with the other recording software that I used to use, if I pressed the Windows key, or if I came out of The Sims 4, the recording would automatically stop. But with this one, it doesn't do that. It just keeps recording what you're doing, and so I sometimes forget, and I think I accidentally, but for some reason, I don't know why that happened, because I actually had the reference image up on my second monitor, so I don't know why it flicked there, but let's just brush past that. Let's just forget that that ever happened. But that was actually the reference image that I had been working from. Minus the colour scheme, we decided to go for dark blue and white. The reference image was actually white and like a pastel green, but I don't know, it just seemed a bit wishy-washy, and so I thought a dark blue and white would be a bit more bold, and I am glad that I changed the colour scheme. And then for the landscaping of the house, I decided to put some of these, what do you call them? Oh my gosh, lamp posts. Obviously from the debug menu, just because I don't know why I put them there. I don't think they're very New Orleans-y, but for some reason I thought they kind of worked. So this is more New Orleans inspired rather than, I think, being maybe very, very true to the New Orleans style. I don't know. I really don't know much about architecture and styles. I just try and work off of a reference image and try and put my own spin on stuff because I think that's the most fun way to do things. But yeah, I think it's heavily, well, it's heavily inspired by New Orleans architecture, so hopefully that comes across. But yeah, using a lot of items from the debug menu here, which I don't often do just because I find it quite tiring. I know it sounds so lazy, like me saying that, but I find it quite tiring to like go through, and you can't duplicate items from the debug menu. I think that's something that needs to be updated because I don't know, it's just like, come on. I just want to be able to duplicate things from the debug menu because it would make my life so much easier, and I would probably use more debug items if I could actually do that. So I think that might be kind of a good idea. And then I find these cute little palm trees, and I don't know why I put them like, I have literally no idea why, but I thought they looked nice. Whether that was a good idea or not, I don't know, but anyway. So this is me basically just being very indecisive as per usual and not really knowing what to put where, and it's just this build involves a lot of me zooming out, zooming in. Does that look good? Nope, delete it. Does that look good? Yeah, okay, we'll keep it. You know, that looks half decent. So it's a little bit all over the place, I think, this one, but you know, the important thing is that it came out good in the end, and you know, it doesn't really matter how you get there. It doesn't matter how stressed or upset you get, but I really wanted this to come off because New Orleans architecture is actually really, really, really stunning, and it's so sort of intricate and pretty and delicate, and it just, my voice is going again, I am so sorry. And I'm not editing any of this out because I don't know, I think we've talked about this before, but like, I don't know how people sit here and do voiceovers and don't make any mistakes. So if you are returning to my channel, thank you so much, welcome back. If you are new to my channel, here we are. This is me fixing the height of the roof of the, see, this is exactly what I'm about to talk about, of the walls, just because I realized when I went in, I was like, this is the highest wall possible, and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I need to change it. And then I realized that the build looked really stupid with a shorter wall, so I just kept it, and then this is what we've ended up with. But what I was going to say was, yes, if you are returning to the channel, thank you so much and welcome back. If you are new here, then something you need to know about me is that I don't tend to edit out my mistakes from my voiceovers, you know, when I'm losing my voice or when I say something and it doesn't come out right, as in I can't pronounce something for some reason or I can't think of the word, because that's not real life. You know, the fact is, I sit here and I talk about my build as if you guys are sat with me, and yeah, I do make mistakes like every person on this planet, but the people who are good at voiceovers, so obviously I'm not one of these people, but the people that are good at voiceovers don't make mistakes like I do. But I'm still relatively new to this, you know, I've only been doing it 6 months, so I'm better than I was, but I'm not perfect, you know, and I probably never will be. But if you come here and you have fun hanging out with me while I build, then that is all that matters to me. Let's talk about the build, as I'm losing my voice once again. It's not even like I've been talking that much today because I've been working from home and I haven't really spoken to anyone today, so there's really no excuse. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about this kitchen. So this kitchen is very blue, it's very white, it's very fresh and clean, and it looks lived in, and I actually really like this, and I've been determined to use this palm tree plant from the new Paranormal stuff pack because I think it's one of those trees that I was excited about when the trailer sort of arrived, and then when I found it in game, I was like, ooh, not my favourite thing in the world. I don't know, there's something about it. But then I realised that it just needs to be in the right setting. So hopefully this is the right setting. I could have used 1,000,001 other plants, but I was determined to use that plant in this build, so there it is. And yeah, we're just adding some little knick-knacky things, and I do change the kitchen ever so slightly off camera, and it's mainly the space above the oven that I change. I don't think I need to go into too much detail because it's really not that interesting. And I also move the cabinets up a notch just because at the moment they're sort of half hanging over the top of the window, which just looks absolutely ridiculous. So that does get fixed, so don't panic. And on a totally unrelated topic, I am getting a new microphone tomorrow, and I'm getting the Elgato Wave 3, I believe. I've ordered it to pick up, and I'm picking it up tomorrow, so I'm kind of excited. So the next speed build that will be out this week, which is my next haunted house video, and I will explain why I am doing another haunted house video in just a moment, because if you follow me on Twitter you might already know, but if you don't, then I've got a bit of a story to tell you. But I'm picking that up tomorrow, and I'm very excited. So that my next speed build will be using the new microphone, so it's going to be quite interesting to see if there's any quality difference, because I'm actually using a Yeti microphone at the moment, and I think it's really, really good. I've had it for about 18 months now, and I just fancied a bit of a change. So I've heard really good things about this microphone, so fingers crossed it's really good. But no, story time. So if you've seen my building a haunted house video, if you haven't, I'll link it down in the description below if you'd like to go and check that out. But I had early access to The Sims 4 Paranormal, and I built a really cool, or what I thought it was pretty cool, haunted house, and I was so proud of this build, and I was so excited to put it up for download so that you guys could obviously enjoy it in your games. And so I uploaded my Paranormal Investigator's apartment. Again, I'll link that down in the description below as well if you'd like to go and see that as well. I uploaded them within sort of a few days of each other because I did 2 builds with the new pack in early access, and the apartment I was really happy with, the house I was really happy with, and I went to go and upload both, I think it was about 2 or 3 days ago now. And my apartment was there, that's fine, I uploaded that to the gallery. And then I went into Forgotten Hollow, which is where I'd built my haunted house, and the build was just gone. It was completely gone. And I knew that I was in the correct save because I knew that I'd built that house in the same save that I'd built the apartment in. And I'm not even going to lie, I cried because, you know, I'd put so much hard work and effort into the build. And for me not to be able to share that with you guys is really heartbreaking. And so I sort of said on Twitter that I was going to make it up to you all, and I was going to build another haunted house. So that's going to be up later on this week, probably on Wednesday this week. So I just need to finish off some little bits here and there. And so anyway, not the moral of the story, but the point of the story is that I am going to be using my new microphone. So it's going to be quite interesting to see the difference, and I'm excited because it's just, I like getting new things. I don't know if anyone else is the same, but I love getting new things, especially toys like that to play with. I think it's so much fun. So I'm going to talk about the build a bit here because I feel like we've sidetracked a little bit, and you guys probably don't care that I'm getting a new microphone. You probably don't care that I've cried because I lost a house. Like, come on, like, you're here to see my speed build. So we're still working on the downstairs area here, and as you can see, we've made some small changes here and there, mainly with the kitchen and the sectioning off with the beams and the columns, which I thought was quite a nice idea. We added a dining area and then obviously the living room as well, and then I didn't know what to put in this space, so we just went ahead and put in an office desk with a computer because I had absolutely no idea what else to put there. So hopefully if you guys move your Sims into this house, then you can make some use of that. And I was very conscious to keep the blue theme running throughout the downstairs just because it's all open plan, and so I think it's quite important for it to be cohesive and sort of, you know, running smoothly together. So, and then I had absolutely no idea what to put in this space here, so I ended up using a chair from the university pack, I believe, which I think works really well with this style, because New Orleans style, from what I can tell anyway, it's quite I don't know how to describe it. It's very unique, and it's very style that I've never really tried to do before. So if I haven't quite got it right, then I really do apologise. You know, I definitely tried, and for my first go, I don't think I've done too bad of a job, but I would absolutely love to build another New Orleans inspired house, because I did have a lot of fun with this one, and so I would quite like to do another one. But now we've moved on to the upstairs, and we're just working on the master bedroom here. Don't panic too much. We do change a few things here and there just to, again, make it a little bit more fluid in how it looks, because at the moment I think it looks a bit like I don't know how to explain it, but like the items on the side of the bed and the picture above it's quite a decent sized room, and I guess I didn't really know what to do with the space, because if you are returning to the channel, then you already know that bedrooms are not my strong point, nor are back gardens. And so I've kind of made a promise to myself that I'm going to get better at sort of decorating those areas, so that when you guys download my houses, they don't fall flat, you know, where it's quite apparent that I'm not as good with the rooms. But yeah, this ends up being a 2-bedroom 2-bathroom house, so it's quite a decent size. And initially I wanted to do the second bedroom as like a twin room, but I do that a lot, so I end up just doing it for one child sim. But obviously you could change it to be suitable for a toddler or even a teenager, or you could just have it as a spare room, you know, if you don't have a family of Sims but you still want them to move in here. Or maybe you could just keep it so that if they do have children, then that room could be quite appropriate. But we're just sort of picking some items from downstairs, and this wallpaper, oh my gosh, that came with the new pack is so gorgeous. It's so intricate and delicate, and it's just really stunning. And I didn't realise that I hadn't used it downstairs, and so that's another change that I made off camera, is that I think did one main wall in the living area. I used that wallpaper just because I thought it looked so nice. And here we are, we're working on the ensuite. So initially I wanted to do like just 2 main bathrooms, but then I realised, well, a house like this would probably have an ensuite, and so that's what we decided to do. And with the bathrooms, again, I wanted to keep the blue theme running through, just because obviously we use the dark blue window swatches from the Strangerville pack, and I wanted just to sort of keep that colour scheme going throughout the house. That was quite important to me. And then because of the window placement here, I had absolutely no idea how I wanted to lay out this bathroom, so it's not really I don't know, you're probably thinking that's not very well thought out, so I do apologise for that. And I probably could have deleted some windows, but I think I'm one of these people that tries to just make it work inside, because if there's windows placed in weird, different, like non-matching places outside, I feel like it always looks really weird, even though that's actually quite realistic, because a lot of houses do that, you know, wherever you live. I feel like a lot of houses don't have symmetrical windows because obviously they have to cater for the rooms inside. Rant over. And then again, here we go. So this is me attempting to do 2 beds in this room, and I very easily could have done it, but again, I just wanted to just make use of the space, and I wanted there to be a desk in here and a bookcase and some toys and things like that. So we end up just doing 1 bed, and yeah, it's very pastel-y coloured. I didn't even really mean for it to go like this, but I think it's just where it took me, really. So I'm quite happy with it. I think it looks quite cute. So I hope your child Sims, or you know, your teenagers or your toddlers, whoever you decide to move in here, enjoy it as well. So yeah, we're just finishing off, and we're adding some, I say we're finishing off, we're not finishing off at all, because actually we end up adding some very intricate details into this room, because I think children's rooms are so much fun to decorate. I think they're just you can just play around with colour and fun furniture, and I enjoy it so much. And these fairy lights, oh, they look so cute. I really like these. But I'm gonna leave you guys in peace to watch the rest of the video. If you would like to check out the screenshots at the end, they are available just to see what what the build looks like in game. The house is available to download from the gallery under my origin ID, which is RachelPedd, and tray files are linked down in the description below if you'd prefer to download them from SimFileShare. But thank you very much for joining me here today. You take care, and I will see you next time. Bye!